Hey, welcome everybody to the NonSequitur Aftershow, KingCrocoduck versus George on Young Creationism. Well, neither one can actually join us for the after show. George, I don't know what happened to him, and KingCrocoduck had to go, so it doesn't really matter. We are going to be doing Young Earth Creationist Jeopardy night for our after show. But before we do that, we got a couple housekeeping things to get out of the way. Kyle has a fantastic announcement. Kyle, please tell everybody the fabulous announcement that you told me like 5 minutes before we went on air.
Certainly. That last show we did is over.
That's true. Yeah. Hallelujah. Praise whoever you want to praise.
Oh, you said fabulous news. I mean, that's the best news I got all night. My head still hurts from that, by the way. We actually were bitching probably 2 nights ago on the show about an issue that we've been having since April. And that issue was resolved right after the following the show. We are officially monetized now, so you guys will be getting ads.
Yay!
Or just sign up for YouTube Red.
Yay. Congratulations! Also becoming a Patreon of this thing. These folks do amazing work. They work hard, and you will be richly rewarded for the content that they produce.
Mm-hmm.
And richly annoyed sometimes. But that just comes with the...
And it's not like Mormon tithing. You'll actually see the benefits that you reap. You don't just have to trust that they're there.
I hope that you get like my channel where it's mostly like Bible apps and also AIG Insurance advertises on Ham and Egg News.
I get Flat Earth. I literally
let me tell you,
Flat Earth
ads. That's what I was getting ready to say, Steve. And I'm actually signing up to go to this in November. I'm going to the Flat Earth convention, and I'm going to do some field reporting from there. But they have been producing really slick ads that look like really, professionally done. So these are probably going to be distributed over YouTube. I expect, or I'm hoping, that we'll at least get one of them on our channel. Please give us the Flat Earth ads, please.
It's funny how they can produce professional Flat Earth ads, but not a professional working model of the Flat Earth.
Well, we're going to find out next Friday, the 13th.
Baby steps.
Reds and Jeranism.
Yeah, I want to start doing some man on the street stuff too. I was going to do some with a friend of mine, but she kind of flaked out on me, which, whatever. But I don't know. I got to figure something out because I know a little location down here that I kind of want to like ask people questions and get real-time answers from real people that are outside of our community. Just kind of see what they really do think of a lot of these topics. I'm kind of curious just for even my own edification.
They don't give a fuck.
Probably not.
You think you need a friend because you think that you will be intimidating walking up to strangers?
Honestly, I'm very shy and I don't really have a personage other than what I have online. And so I don't really good at going up to people and just start talking to them in real life.
Steve, you just can't go up to him and say, hey, if P equals Q minus the square root of 64,
my name is
be
Steve.
fine.
Will you be my friend? Doesn't work.
Oh my god! What happened?
Okay, next order of business.
Back to business. But a couple super chats. Sandring, thank you very much. He's very happy. Sandring, woohoo. And Bram says, "So I'm so glad I found this amazing channel." And just on a side note, hail Sagan. At first, I thought it said Satan, but Sagan's good too.
Hail him too.
But yeah, we really appreciate all the support we've had from the NonSequitur show, and yeah, I just can't believe we finally got monetized because it's been like 4 freaking months, and we were thinking about making other arrangements, and I'm glad that we didn't have to think about that any longer now. So, anyways,
body.
Yeah, I was good, dude. I'm telling you, body parts were some bank, baby.
Anyways,
next
order of business.
All right, next order of business. It's going to be General Han Solo has a little thing to get out of the way with Mr. Atheist. They have 5 minutes. Make the most of it.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know, Mr. Atheist, that I made a response video to your video, and it's not a response towards your criticism towards Matt Powell and Anderson. I think you had every right to respond to the absolute grotesque, rude remarks that they provide. In fact, a few hours, well, actually not, maybe an hour or two ago, before this hangout, I was shocked to see that when I was making a response video, I'm also responding to Matt, and he just uploaded a video mocking Stephen Hawking by pretending to be disabled in a chair. I mean, how low can you get?
That is pretty gross.
So
It's pretty sick, yeah.
It's his latest video on his channel.
But since we have 5 minutes, let me know what it is the problem you had with my video today.
Well, that in essence, that's pretty much it, and that is around the 2-minute mark, between 2 and 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You say that since the Bible is like the foundation for people like Matt and myself, that therefore there's no inherent difference between Christians ultimately, because we all have
Not
the same
what I said,
foundation.
not even what I implied. In fact, I go to great lengths to specifically say, I'm not saying you are as bad as ISIS. Also, you got the foundation wrong. Your foundation that is in common is faith. And the exact point I make is that if you cannot demonstrate faith to be a reliable pathway to truth, and you cannot demonstrate your belief to be independent of a faith belief, then the two of you have the exact same foundation for your belief, and that is faith. I talk about that it isn't as harmful to be certain types of Christians. However, all faith-based beliefs perpetuate the idea that that is a reasonable way to start looking for truth, and that is something I will still stand by.
That's not what I hold to, and that's not biblical Christianity either. That's not the claim by any Christian in the first century.
That they have a foundation of faith in their belief.
Right.
Well, first of all, I grew up as one of those Christians, so you can't say any, because yes, that absolutely, faith is the core of not just Mormons, but many. It is the foundation upon which beliefs are laid.
But
otherwise, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
The video is responding specifically to that, and Kyle O'Ken actually, being a scholar, knowing the Greek language, he actually showcases 3 versions of the word faith on how faith is utilized. And it's in essence, there's no difference between quote unquote faith in the New Testament and the scientific method that scientists utilize today to discover truth.
We can't in 5 minutes go over how absolutely wrong you are. But faith is specifically spiritual apprehension. You do not need to spiritually apprehend shit in science. Not fucking ever. So if you want to go with confidence, in fact, I talked about this in my last video, so I would suggest that you watch all my stuff, not just the one, and then cherry pick what you're going to be offended by. Faith, if you agree that faith is a bad foundation, then we have no problem. You're saying that faith isn't the foundation of Christian belief.
It's a straw man.
That's
against
wrong.
The faith. The biblical Christianity, the apostles themselves would not agree with you on that. That's what I'm getting at.
I agree.
You're basically
now
taking
bring the apostles
a
to me.
anti-intellectual Christianity.
We're talking
and
about
saying
people
that is Orthodox Christianity. No Orthodox Christian would agree with what you're just saying.
Why would they? Here's my, I assume you're a Christian, right?
Because that's not Christianity to begin with.
No, it's because they have to take that position. Because if you concede to the point, then it gets much more extreme and much more terrible to say things like we have the same belief foundations as an organization like ISIS. Again, you're not both as harmful to the world, but you're still starting at the same place, which is this idea that knowledge can be perceived through feeling.
Where does ISIS get their teachings from?
Is that remotely what I was talking about?
No, yes, it is, because you're basically ultimately saying there's this ephemeral thing called faith that then gives ISIS the reasons to do what they do.
ISIS has faith in the in Islam and the Quran as written by Muhammad. It is the same faith you have in your Bible.
Yeah, the teachings in the Quran and the Hadith and so on that then give credence to why they do what they do. The same thing with the scriptures, the biblical scriptures. No Christian, that's the whole point of the response video. If you actually look at the way scholars have digested the scriptures, they will not become a Matt Powell or Stephen Anderson.
And yet Matt Powell and Stephen Andersons exist. And in fact, we also protect religions as harmless as Mormonism as we protect religions in the United States. As we do as harmful of religions as the Westboro Baptist Church. I wouldn't give a shit if a person who has a faith belief says that's not what really faith is. What it comes down to is we disagree on the truth of your faith belief. So of course you have to defend that your faith belief is no different than science. And you've already failed before you started because faith and science are totally incompatible with each other.
Scientific method comes from Christianity.
It does not. It does not. It does not.
Absolutely not.
It absolutely does not.
That's like the people who say that our modern ethics
You're
come
going to
from
spend another 10 minutes.
Thomas
15 minutes.
Torrance.
General.
You're
General. There's no way you're going to convince anybody that really. You know what? I back you a lot, but there's no way you're going to convince anybody that science and religion are compatible or not.
No.
Not. I mean, not that they're. I think it can be compatible. What I'm saying is the methodology used for science is not the same methodology used in religion.
Religion requires intellectual suicide. Science requires intellect.
Yeah, there's no faith.
Yeah,
there's no
and
faith
that's the
requirement in
scholasticism
science.
that Christian faith encouraged people to have during the Reformation. It's documented. Historians of science know this.
It's funny because I feel like half of this argument you've been saying that it isn't actually faith, and half of this is it is faith. So fucking whatever, dude. It's fucking faith. You have faith. They have faith. It's a piss poor foundation, and you don't need faith to do fucking anything in science. That's the end of my argument.
I got no
faith. You have no faith.
I got no problem with faith. I got no problem with faith. If you want to say faith is a way to gain theological knowledge, sure, but you can't say faith is a way to acquire scientific knowledge.
Absolutely.
Right? Would anybody disagree with that?
No, I'm not even making that argument. The Christianity models this thing known as the Logos, like you've always heard me speak about, and so therefore it communicates that it encourages you psychologically to investigate nature as intelligible, that you can actually derive mathematics from it, and so on. So you won't find any religion in early Greek Roman era in the 1st century that behaves like this. Christianity was the forefront for directing away from a pagan worldview.
I'm very glad that secular world values won over Christian world values and got us to a place where we could cherry pick the Bible via modern apologetics to make it represent our modern day understanding of what is ethical and correct. Thank God.
You agree, but you do agree though. Maybe you weren't accurately representing Mr. Atheist's position from his video, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, we started with a straw man and then some faith.
I think the video is still applicable to what. Even his clarification over here, I think it's still applicable.
It's game time, so
we have Jeopardy.
It's time to play. It's likely I'll watch it, but if it sounds like you have yet to represent my side remotely accurately, so I have little faith.
Let's move on.
You'll do so.
All right, you all know that I'm sexist, so obviously Shannon gets to go first because she's the female here. The rest of you can go off. So Shannon, you get to start us off. And for those of you guys who don't know. How to play this? Basically, you pick a category. If you get it right, you keep on going. You get the most amount of points, you win. That's it. Simple as that. Just regular Jeopardy. You answer. Oh, by the way, you have to answer it in the form of a question. Although I'm not a real big stickler on it.
How do you chime in? So like, I would pick the category.
Say your name.
So whoever yells their name first, you call.
Yeah, whoever I hear the first name that I hear, I'm gonna go with.
I was going to make a Panic at the Disco joke. Well, I chime in with, haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door?
I love that song. By the way, I will admit this. I'm only going to say that once. You're never going to hear from me again. I've been listening to some Panic at the Disco. Good stuff.
Their new album is fire.
I like some of their songs. I mean, I love that one song that you just quoted, but I didn't really listen to some of their stuff. Not bad. I'll give him props. He has a hell of a vocal range, tenor, like 4-octave range.
I'm going to send you 3 songs after all this that I think you'll be crazy about.
Oh, you're fabulous. All right, Shannon, go ahead, take it away.
All right. Who am I playing against? I'm playing against Paul.
By the way, I will be thinking whether, and I'll tell you whether or not I beat you on answering the question.
Yeah, he can add it up in his head. Usually the live chat plays as well, but I didn't want to have 5 there, so.
All right. Paul's muted, so he's automatically going to lose.
He automatically sucked. Paul, no, there he goes.
My dog might cost me this game.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to pick the Bible for 100.
Genesis 2:7. And the Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
Oh, God.
Answer.
You beat.
Oh, Paul beeped. You say your name,
Yep.
Paul. You didn't even listen to the goddamn rules.
No. Since we're just random, like, what is ridiculous?
Oh.
I was going to go with what is horse shit?
Probably have to get the first couple of answers for you to get it. No. What disproves abiogenesis?
Oh, okay.
All right. We're young.
Got it. Okay.
I think I'm in the zone now.
I'm with you. Yeah.
All right. On board?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to fight about these answers for a while? No.
So since no one got it,
I pick again?
No,
Okay.
if nobody gets it, goes the next one, Paul.
Oh, okay.
Let's go with the Bible for 200.
Genesis 2:19. From the ground God formed every wild animal and every bird in the sky. He brought them to the man so the man could name them. Whatever the man called each living thing, that became its name.
Jimmy.
Answer.
What is kinds?
No.
What disproves evolution?
Yes. What disproves evolutionary theory?
I actually think mine was better. Am I wrong?
I will
Because I can,
protest.
because I make the rules up as I go along. I like Mr. Atheist's answer. He gets-
I think he had a better answer. So
yeah, we
Yeah,
cheat.
but mine
here.
was the right goddamn answer. Fine. All right, whatever.
We cheat. This is not a fair game. Don't think that it is.
Poor shit, but fine. Whatever. All
It's
right.
loops.
But
It's
Shannon does get
loops.
to go.
Okay, so I pick evolution for 100.
yeah.
Dog, cat, horse, pine trees, elephants.
Paul.
Jimmy.
Shit.
Jimmy.
What are kinds?
No. Wait, is it? Wait, I think that is. Wait. I think that is the answer. Yes. What is the kind? Yes.
Excellent.
God damn
I forgot I even wrote these. I
Every
can't remember.
question. Is that the answer to all the questions?
Jimmy.
Young Earth Science for 100 and what are kinds? I'm just kidding.
No. now you can't
Paul.
answer. Shannon.
Come on.
What is the only version of the Bible that's accurate?
No. What proves a young Earth?
Oh, god damn.
Come on.
Ah.
You weren't in the Kent Hovind category. That's why you're wrong. That didn't work.
Have I met William?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's been
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Patreon.
Okay, cool.
Okay, go ahead.
Me?
Who got that? Nobody got that one?
No one.
Nope.
Mr. Let's see, William.
Gosh. Dinosaurs for 100.
Dinosaurs for 100. What dinosaurs breathe?
Paul.
William.
Oh.
Oxygen. What is oxygen?
No.
Oh, come on.
I know
William.
about the water.
Next.
Dang it. Ether?
Oh,
no,
I know what it is.
Shannon,
Oh, shoot.
Shannon.
Yeah, they're dragons, so they breathe fire.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I was a
yeah.
Mormon, but I never got that much into
There's
YEC.
hope for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so gonna lose this.
0 points. Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
Oh,
We got it.
she's anxious. All right. Next one.
Okay. Oh fuck. Dinosaurs for 200.
Dinosaurs for 200. T-Rex.
William.
William.
What is the devil lying to you?
Oh. No. No.
Answer.
Wait,
What
Jimmy.
is dinosaurs?
Eh.
Paul.
Paul.
No, dragons. There we go.
What is not a chicken?
No. What we're looking for
Jimmy.
is. Oh wait, you want to go for it, Jimmy?
Yeah. What did man ride?
No.
Oh.
What walked
Look
with
for what is
man?
an herbivore?
I was gonna say, what eats watermelons?
What walked with Jesus?
Beach had my back on that one.
See, Kyle can do graphics. I like doing this stuff. I got creativity in this stuff.
Oh my
This
god.
is- I love writing these.
I bet you do. Holy crap.
Oh, do I pick it?
The winner will get a pepperoni tank top.
I already get a pepperoni tape.
I know.
Yeah, me too.
Not to my own choosing. I don't know how I got roped in.
Oh,
that.
you're getting it. You're gonna wear it.
All right,
You're
next
gonna
question.
fucking like it.
Nobody got that, so Shannon, you're next.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to Kent Hovind for 100.
Kent Hovind for 100. Science, math, physics,
Paul.
Jimmy.
biology. Paul.
What are real science?
No,
Jimmy.
that's not what we're looking for. Jimmy.
Answer.
What takes just as much faith to believe in?
That's so good.
Hmm.
Think of the category.
William, the
William.
devil lying to you.
Good.
Jimmy.
Somebody just might have say
What is
Kyle.
the-
Remember, this is about the category is Ken Hovind, so
Yeah.
Jimmy's being related to
can't
Ken
even-
Hovind.
Am I allowed to go twice?
Oh, Shannon, what are things that he's an expert in?
I'm gonna. You know what? That's close enough. What are subjects Kent never actually taught?
I would give it to Shannon.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Like I said, we cheat here. We
Yeah, the benefit of the doubt is not working out very well here.
Paul, you suck at this game. All right, let's go. So do
Paul,
I.
we're in the zeros club.
All right.
All right, who's next? Shannon, go ahead.
Okay. So I pick. Let's go Kent. Let's go big bucks. Kent Hovind for 500.
Wow, you're
No more fucking around.
toilet paper.
What? What doesn't? Oh, Shannon.
Yes.
What Kent Hovind doesn't have at Dinosaur Adventureland, or what you have to pay for at Dinosaur
Jimmy.
Oh, that's not what we're looking for.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
What is the best function of Richard Dawkins' books?
You're so close, but you're in the wrong. Kent Hovind.
Who does Kent Hovind hate?
William.
I'm going to give it the live feed because they got it right. William.
What I would use to wipe myself if I had Ken Hovind's opinions.
So close, but no.
Paul. What did I write my last several books on?
You know what? I'm giving it to Paul. What is Kent's PhD worth the same?
It's hard because sometimes you have to be in the mind of the subject, and sometimes you're criticizing the subject.
Wait a minute. Is that used toilet paper or new toilet paper?
No, this is prison paper. This is prison paper.
I would not put something so disgusting and coarse on my ass. Thank you.
Landon, how are you doing right now?
As compared to all the other disgusting things you. Never mind.
Kyle,
I'm at 4.
Kyle uses baby wipes.
All right, next. Let's see who got. Nobody got that. Oh, Paul, you got it.
I did. Let's go with Bible for 300.
Bible for 300. Psalms 33:6. By the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all the hosts by the breath of his mouth.
Jimmy.
Shit,
I forgot how I was going to word it. What is space?
No, you're not getting the hang of this. Come on.
I guess not.
What is how? Oh, Shannon.
Yes, Shannon.
What is how stars were formed?
I'm going to give you that. Actually, it's just the opposite. What disproves the Big Bang Theory?
Oh my God! Why are you giving?
I don't know why I'm giving. Yeah, I should give it. That was
I was saying mine's the opposite of just as much.
Yeah, that's a complete opposite.
What's the
700.
Yeah, I like you, Shannon, but no.
I'm going to give you the points for getting it completely wrong.
I try to be biased here. I don't want Paul to win.
Don't make it so blatant.
The blatant cheating. It's just.
I want to win for real, not like Jimmy.
Who picked that one?
I picked that one. So,
okay, sorry. Mr. Atheist.
1
sec.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm going to go with evolution for 200.
Evolution for 200. What pine trees and elephants cannot do with each other?
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
What is procreate?
Yes.
God damn it.
Forth. It needs to be bring forth. What is bring?
Evolution for 300.
Screw you guys in this delay.
Jimmy said, Jimmy had a super chat. Kent Hovind's PhD. What's that? Some coarse toilet paper. Yeah, you got it right, Jamie, but a little late. Okay.
It's a pun. I get it. You spelled it course like a college course.
All right, Mr.
Sharp as a nail, this one.
I like that one. Evolution for 300.
Evolution for 300. What we evolved from.
William.
William.
Damn it.
So,
you get this wrong.
What is nothing?
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
What is a rib?
Oh my God! You suck.
William.
What is Adam and Eve?
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
What is dirt?
What did you say, Jimmy?
What is dirt?
I'm gonna give it. God. I'm gonna give it to you. You guys all suck. What is a rock? Fuck, people.
It said dirt.
I'm gonna give it to you, Mr. Atheist.
Yay! I cheated again.
It's obviously it's
Wow.
wrong.
You did that twice, man.
I'm really disappointed in you all right now. Let me tell you.
Paul didn't get to go at all.
It should have been what we didn't
The
evolve
two people
from.
he's going with is the person he'd rather make out with and the person he actually makes out with.
Oh God.
Evolution
TMI.
400.
All right, evolution for 100.
400. Evolution
Oh, 400. I'm sorry. Okay. An enzyme which disproves evolution because it's nifty.
Shannon. Is this gonna be their stupid? They think DNA is this shit. So is it DNA?
DNA is not an enzyme.
No, I know, but they think it is.
Jimmy.
RNA could be, but Jimmy.
Hillel?
Wait, what is the fucking enzyme that?
Oh
we
my God,
digest
person
lactose with?
got
What is
lactose.
lactate? No, that's
No.
the.
Oh, ATP synthase.
Yes, Shannon.
Oh, you fucking-
ATP synthase.
Shit, I was gonna.
You even got it worded it right.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
She knew the science. Back off. Okay.
We get to answer 6 times now. Is that how that
Yeah.
People shouting Paul can't be heard.
Paul, just start yelling things. Stop.
All right, Paul. I'll let you pick. Go ahead.
Oh, wow, helpful.
Go ahead.
Okay, Hovind for 200.
Hoven for 200. 50. Oh, I already know this one. 58 because I wrote it.
What?
58.
What is the category again?
Ken Hovind.
I don't know.
I bet somebody in the live chat actually gets this one.
Okay, I'll go Jimmy.
Jimmy?
How many kinds are there?
Hillel.
Hillel? Go ahead, buddy.
How many chromosomes Adam and Eve had?
Oh my God! All you people suck so bad.
What? Fucking 58.
Is it how many were in the ark? How many kinds were in the ark?
Ready?
How many? Never mind.
Here you go. Ready? How many felony counts was Ken convicted
I was
of?
just gonna say, how many felonies did Ken Hovind commit? Oh my God!
You really?
As a joke, I thought it was much
I'm gonna give it
lower.
to you, Dan. I'm going to take you at your word.
I thought it was way
That's
lower.
nice.
Oh my God.
But you don't,
No,
get
you don't
to
have to
pick.
give it to me. I didn't get it. Don't give it to me. I don't. I feel like
You don't want to take it?
I'd feel bad taking that.
You should. You really should.
I feel bad taking most things.
Again, you gotta remember it's Ken Hovind, so you gotta.
Yeah, you guys are missing the categories.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Everything I write
I've
is dependent upon the
never
category.
been hardcore Christian, so this is very difficult for me.
All right, who gets to go next?
I'm out of practice.
Who picked that one? Was it
You,
Paul.
I did.
Okay, so Mr. Atheist.
Paul.
Evolution for 500.
Oh shit.
A potato.
Oh my God.
If anybody gets this right, I swear to God, I will be impressed.
Double Jeopardy?
I think I know what this was.
Not as easy as you think, Kurt. Who wants to call
Potato.
Jimmy.
Every argument Ken told me. Oh, go ahead.
No, you gotta remember that.
That's not Ken.
I think actually this was stated on the show even.
I'm just gonna guess with things that people misrepresent in science all the time. So I'm gonna go with what do evolutionists think constitute as a battery?
Oh, you're so close. Actually.
Well, I would. Can I give a
Yeah.
suggestion? I think it's what does. I think this was they were claiming that what dogs produce.
Yes.
What?
What?
Oh my God!
What the fuck?
What is it you doctor me? What is evolution?
Wrong.
I paid attention to it.
Yes.
God.
You're a
I thought that was cats.
I just went with the way that people think that potatoes are the battery when instead of the buffer between the zinc and copper.
See,
Yeah, we all,
yeah, I was gonna say Ken Hovin's
that would have been
microphone.
good too. That would have been good too, actually. I think I wrote this before that.
God.
Oh my God. Okay, so who gets to go next? That would be William.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Dinosaurs for 500.
Going for big money.
Ooh.
Feathers.
William.
William.
Got it.
What did dinosaurs never develop?
I'm going to give you that one.
I was going to say
That's pretty
Jimmy.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
What is found in pillowcases and not dinosaurs?
Oh my God.
Sweet.
Oh, this is getting
Good job.
Well done.
put you
I
on
was
the
going to
map
go
there,
with
William.
what proves that dinosaurs didn't live billions of years ago because we find them in amber today. I say billions, I meant millions, but anyway.
Young Earth science for 500 because I'm looking to win.
What he's trying to do is to get the big points.
Coming from behind.
Baraminology.
And I'm done.
That's not a real
I
word.
don't
Nobody's
know.
gonna get this one.
Jimmy.
This is why it's 500 points. You're not going to get this one. The 500. I made it the harder one. Yes, Paul.
Jimmy. Okay.
What is the science of created kinds? I know that's not a funny answer, but that's what it is.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
still
pretty
going to give you it.
close.
I'm
I
still
think
going to
that's
give
pretty
you
close.
it because you know what the answer I put is? What is evolution for people who don't understand evolution? I'm giving you that, Paul.
What
So
is
it's
commonly
exciting to
used
do
as
Oh my God. Paul's pulling ahead. This is unacceptable.
I was going to go with the
And it
word
backfired.
sound and ask what is the study of animals you should be afraid of.
that. I'm telling you, the higher ones are harder. So I made them
Yeah,
correspondingly more difficult.
Okay, the Bible for 400.
Genesis 2:2. On the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made.
Jimmy.
Shannon.
Got it.
Oh,
Shannon, I think was it Shannon? I think it was.
I mean, you
Yeah,
can
why not?
sexist this whole match. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Shannon.
I was going to say proof that God created weeks.
I'm going to give you that. Yes.
That's pretty good.
What
Yeah.
proves seven-day creation in a young earth? Very good. Wow.
I
You're
watch
getting
a
the
lot of
hang
ham. So much ham.
She does watch a lot of ham.
Oh God,
Eggs
it's
and ham.
unbelievable. Okay, so dinosaurs for 400.
Velociraptor.
Shannon!
Shannon!
What Jesus wrote on.
Come on.
I'm impressed.
Jesus
Well
Christ.
done. Well done.
Right now.
And that's the first time she got one right.
And the Velociraptor you wrote in on, bitch. I got lots of them right.
Is ham the code word for Paul's dick?
Oh God. This is
Okay.
great. We're gonna be doing this more often.
You know what?
Well, we should.
All right, go ahead, Shannon.
300.
Satan's evidence for evolution.
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
Hello.
what are fossils?
Yes. What are fossils?
What a puzzle, absolutely.
So obvious, damn it.
Well, there was only a 300-point question. Come on.
All right.
Young Earth Science for 200.
Young Earth Science for 200. Darwinism /
Jimmy.
evolution. Jimmy.
Got it.
What did Hitler believe in?
William.
That's
Pretty
yeah.
close. I think
It's
I'm pretty
it's so
William.
close, but I don't think I'm gonna give you that one.
Shannon.
What is the? No, I said William.
William said. Yeah, William said. William.
What is the religion of atheists?
Jimmy.
Yes, I'm gonna give you
Oh.
that. What is the evil satanic plot to lead people away from God? Yes.
I was going to stay in that realm and ask what the core of communism is.
Yeah.
Good, William.
Oh my God.
Okay, William, you get to go.
Young Earth Science for 400, Bob.
Young Earth Science for 400.
Why do we keep skipping?
DNA.
Jimmy.
By the way, you're not going to get this right if you don't follow me on Twitter. So fuck
No,
you all.
I think I know. this one.
William,
I
if
know this one.
Who
I
got-
can
who
go
got-
third
who
or
got
something.
it? Who got
Did
it?
I-
know.
Did I win the showdown?
What was your
I
answer,
think
Jimmy?
Jimmy won.
Yeah, Jimmy.
What is a code?
Damn it.
Yeah, oh, fuck. You know what I'm going to give you? Yes.
Yes.
What is a quantum?
course.
What is a quantum computing high capacity informational storage system or a code?
Damn, I thought it was going to be what degrades in water.
Yes. Very good. What degrades in water? No, this is Young Earth Creationism, not who's a fucking idiot on
I'm
there on YouTube.
As we're doing this, I'm realizing the only debates I should be coming to are Young Earth and evolution debates because I'm not getting any of the others right.
Oh,
Young Earth Science for 300, Bob.
actually, William got that. He gets to go.
I got that.
No,
No, Jimmy got it.
Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy, you did. Oh, sorry.
Jimmy.
My bad. I'm completely wrong. Jimmy, carbon dating.
William.
Jimmy, I forgot my name.
Shannon did it first.
Did I
You call
get
him that.
Got it.
What proves that dinosaurs are young and also an invalid way of dating things because
Absolutely correct.
Oh,
Okay.
What is it?
How are those
This
things
unreliable
not
dating method
shown?
with science
She
claims to
fucking
beat the earth
grew
with
that was
the
her
billions of
wire.
third fucking
Brilliant.
answer.
That was
her third
that was
answer.
such bullshit, and my answer was almost that word for word, but whatever.
don't be
Good
haters.
job, Shannon. Hint,
All
hint,
right.
wink,
Good
wink.
job. She said 3 things.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
I should get the point.
They both used the word
She had the main
"the."
topics. Don't hate.
Oh my God, you guys are so hateful. All right.
We're atheists.
You're the only one getting laid here. That's why we're mad.
We have no morals.
It's
Ken
you
Hovind
against a
for
bunch of
300.
themselves right now.
You know she's staying away from the other one.
Paul.
Oh, Aaron Raw.
Paul.
Who called it? Paul.
Who is Aaron Nelson? And who gave me the idea for the 777 Club? And
Jimmy.
Satan. And.
Keep going,
Jimmy.
Paul. Hang on. You got any other things, Paul?
I said William Way for poor Jimmy.
Yeah, forget it, Paul. Jimmy.
Who did I reckon debate? Or who did
William,
Kent
if
Hovind
that's not the
reckon
right
debate?
one. Out of work. Oh no, who is an out of work metal singer?
No, finish what you're saying, Jimmy. You might have gotten it.
Who did I reckon a debate as Kent Hovind? Who did
Yes.
Kent Hovind reckon a debate?
Yes.
Dang
Who
it.
is Hovind took?
Oh wait, no, that was George.
What is
Never
who
mind.
took Hovind to school on a debate on the Non-Sequitur Show? Very good.
What, the rest were from Hovind's Pro. Oh, whatever.
Such a one. Okay.
The Bible 500.
Bible 500.
Oh my God.
Job 40:15. Behold now,
Paul.
eat the grass and an ox. Paul.
What is a dinosaur? What is a brachiosaurus? What is a
Good enough. What proves the existence of dinosaurs' coexistence with man? Yes.
That was not a freaking 500
I
question.
thought we had to wait until the question was asked.
Nah.
I've been listening for periods like a bear.
Jump in anytime.
All right.
All right.
This
So
is it.
Ready for the first name that I hear? You know what's going to be funny? As soon as I click this, you're just going to say your name, aren't you?
I think we should make it until the question's out. Whatever.
Ready? Until I have to wait. Wait till I finish the question. Ready? Because this is not a long. If I remember, this is not a long one. Ready?
Okay.
Ken Ham.
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Oh, good job, Jimmy.
Who is the most brilliant biologist of our time?
Oh God, you suck. Next.
Oh.
Who was that? Paul.
Paul.
Who is a false prophet?
Jimmy.
No.
Jimmy.
Who defeated Bill Nye in debate?
No.
God damn it!
Can I answer it?
Yes.
Who is the Australian?
Yes.
Hoven? Remember, it's the Hoven section. So you gotta.
Oh my God, Landon!
I won!
Landon, you put me in last.
So
If you were on the
excited
board,
she
you got
won.
1,000. Screw
While
you.
I also cheated at least more than my
No,
score
actually, I got more.
Well, no, you did get more than that in your head, but of ones that you answered.
Counterfinder, please tell Shannon what she won, which includes absolutely nothing.
Now I'll sign your pepperoni
All
shirt.
that matters is that I win. Screw everyone, I win.
Congratulations, Shannon. You know all of their talking points. That might not be a good thing.
I appreciate it.
Your shirt will now come with my signature on it, which means you can now get it for 20% under cost if you sell it on eBay.
Now, what we usually do after this is there are other ones we can play that I didn't write, but I have to go find them, and we kind of have to pick a topic if you want to play one more that I have time from.
Does somebody else want to play?
I've been drinking Rage Zinfandel for. This
I'm game.
It's apt for this show.
Shots fired. Brant says Shannon only won because she went first.
Oh, yeah,
There's really
but the
nobody
first question,
going
both
through.
you and I got points for. Let's all remember that. 2 people got credit for the first question.
Mine was bad.
And she still won.
But I still won.
Except for that question where she had 3 words in common and they were all fucking the, of, and do.
Heavy, what game do you want to pick a subject? And I will see if we can try to accommodate Heavy.
I don't know. I thought that creationism was pretty good. You got more for that?
No, because I wrote that one.
Oh, okay. Ugh.
All the other ones are much more serious.
You want a non-serious.
Geology?
You want geology? Wow.
Seraph says, congratulations, Shannon. You know younger creationism the most.
Which isn't good.
What would else be
Geology might be a little much.
Well, what are some of the topics?
They have 2 million Jeopardy games.
Well, name off a few that you like. Come on.
Biology, cosmology, physics, philosophy. I don't know.
Let's do philosophy.
I mean, there is a geology one. I assume.
I'll lose, but I'll try if it's philosophy.
I'll find a simple philosophy one.
And then find one simpler than that, and I might have a prayer.
I'm going to jump off because I have to go to bed. Thank you for letting me play Jeopardy.
Oh, she'll take your money and run, right?
I'm retiring as champion. Bye, everyone.
She has a perfect record she doesn't want to risk.
Like goddamn right.
Bye.
Goodbye with a good show.
Landon would crush you head to head. Just saying.
That was a good. She did a good show. That was fun.
And I got a video to edit, so I'm off too.
Bye, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Bye, Paul. It's good talking to you again.
So, do anyone want to talk? Is this the after show about the particular dumpster fire that we just?
Yeah, go ahead and talk about that one. Finding one, because George was absolutely clueless.
George is just clueless on everything.
Did he get anything right? I mean, scientifically wise, did he say anything that wasn't wrong fundamentally?
Steve, he got. Let's be fair. He got yours and my name right. So that's 2 things in his corner.
He even got KingCrocoduck's name right too.
Well,
he didn't get. He didn't understand where the name came
reference.
from. Yeah, he didn't get the origin, the etymology of his name.
No, he was so biased that he thought that was an evolutionary talking point.
Yeah,
he got looking like a greasier, puffier version of my actual dad exactly right.
Yeah.
He actually thought that there was a crocoduck supposed to be an evolution. And notice when he gets corrected, he doesn't really respond to it. I mean, like even with the whole notosaur, he wasn't correct. He did. okay, whatever. He didn't accept correction very well on the beneficial mutations. And finally, he goes, okay, well, within a whatever he said, variety or kind, I don't know.
But
it's like, come on.
He's living by faith, so he can't be wrong. The Spirit is guiding him.
Oh, no. None of them are living by faith. It's not actually faith. It's just what you have in science, too.
Well, that's what you say. Yeah, it's what they say. But the thing I also thought that was particularly interesting was, I mean, his notion of, well, if you don't believe this, then you're not a good Christian. I mean, the no true Scotsman.
It really was. And we were pointing that out in the live chat, too. There was no true Scotsman fallacy.
I mean, he was as hard to listen to as Roy Montero. In fact, he reminds me of Roy Montero.
He kind of does. Yeah, actually.
When he brought up the quote from Darwin about the eye, and of course,
oh God,
the rest of it. Oh, and y'all called him on that and read it out what it said. He did so much damn tap dancing around that. I thought he was going to wear a hole in the floor.
No shit.
He's just a walking meme. I mean, he's like basically every bad young Earth creationist argument that, like, every noob that starts off learning about stuff kind of, throws out there, and then it's like, no.
Something that's. Oh no, go ahead, Jimmy.
I was just going to ask if the central theme got through, and I don't know if anybody picked that up. But what's important here is that Steve Anderson is not a secret homosexual.
Now, obviously, that was the only meaningful point made tonight.
Yeah. But is that a secret, or is he not? Is it a secret that he's not a secret homosexual?
I don't know.
Not anymore.
There's so much meta there. It's ridiculous.
It's out.
Dragon, thank you for the super chat. George proved the need for shot collars on debaters. Yeah.
So where's the comma? Is it secret, comma, homosexual, or is it?
We can't say.
Yeah, just like I don't know whether or not that douchebag this week asked me, "Are you a faggot man?" or if he asked me if I was the superhero faggot man.
We're not talking about that guy.
Yeah, you're not that faggot man guy, are you? I mean,
look in the sky, it's faggot man.
The birds are playing the dick sucker. Yay!
Don't go under where he's flying. You won't get the glitter out of your hair for weeks.
You realize there's more? I think there's more gay people in this hangout right now than there are straight.
By the way, thanks to Inane Dragon for.
Yeah, thank you, Inane Dragon.
You're awesome, Inane.
I do actually have a point that's just interesting. So I was born down a pair of teeth as a kid, and having that personal experience.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm missing my lateral incisors next to my two front teeth. I was born without the baby or the permanent because of the way my parents' teeth are. They were missing the permanent teeth, but still had the baby. So it just totally skipped me. Yeah. And when I started learning about genetics, that kind of stuck with me.
I have a beneficial mutation that I did not have wisdom teeth.
Yeah, I was just going to say there are people who don't get wisdom teeth. There are people who are basically immune to cancer, immune to AIDS. In fact, those people's blood is super valuable because they're trying to figure out what it is about their genetics and how to replicate it for people who have
AIDS. I think to be immune to stupid. Do they have that gene?
No. No, not yet.
That's what genetic engineering is going to be for.
Yeah,
exactly.
Here's hoping.
For Cas9, use it.
But no, unfortunately. No, go for it.
No, I was just going to say something that I was listening to in the earlier hangout and made me think that what makes us human is because we have so many monkey genes, quote unquote, that are turned off and don't work. You know, it's like our muscles and stuff. Gorillas or the other great apes, they are naturally stronger. We aren't, because there was a thing I saw about it, and I wish I could find it again. But it was talking about, like, in a way, we kind of have a muscular disease in a way, because the genes that would have made us stronger, as strong as the other great apes, is defective or turned off. You know, there's like, Aaron Ross said something about there were like even 500 deletions in our code or whatever, in our genes or something that makes us what we are. So
but did you know that the simplest life has 1,000 encyclopedias? I've actually read that book.
Were you born without wisdom teeth as well, or do you just have them removed? I'm curious.
No, I mean,
says you had no wisdom teeth.
No, so you're talking to me, right, Landon?
No, I was talking to Zeth in the chat.
Okay, gotcha. No, I wish I was born without wisdom teeth. That would have been much better than, growing up with a gap I could fit my thumb through between my front teeth as a kid.
Ouch.
Yeah, no, my mouth was weird growing up.
So anyway, the other thing that I thought was kind of interesting was his, so his thing was, okay, I'm not going to try and argue about young cosmos. I'm just going to argue about Noah's flood and the age of Adam and that sort of.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think his position is a unique one at the very least. In that the position of combining a young Earth and an old Earth kind of position in a way. You literally have an old Earth, but everything on it is young, which is interesting.
And that's interesting because part of his whole Bible thing was, well, I'm going to interpret these creation myths in Genesis, or at least one of them. And on the other hand, if you don't literally believe this part of the King James Bible, you're not a Christian.
Yeah, that's beyond me.
Also, I still don't think he really answered the question of, okay, so what precisely was God doing for those how many billion years
Counting stars.
Yeah, all powerful God just going around count. You have to recount them a lot.
Spirit's coming in, or is he just hanging out in the outside chat? All right, this is going to be a solo game that only Landon's going to play because we want to test his basic knowledge because he's a genius on astronomy for fun because we can.
This will be
I looked at
great.
the answers and I know a lot of them. I want
so glad to be here right now.
some of them I didn't know.
Only
So.
me?
Wouldn't
Yeah,
it be
only
more
you.
fun if somebody manages to beat him?
Okay, fair enough.
Now you're putting.
Who wants to go head to head with Landon?
No, it should be all of us.
I don't think there's a chance I'll win, but I'll try.
No, it should be like 3 or 4 versus 1.
I have faith in your
Landon,
ability to beat me.
and then it's everybody else.
Yeah,
I have faith in your ability to beat me.
that's cute.
You better yell out your name pretty quick, Landon. How about it's because everybody else can yell out their name. You want to have Landon at least try to answer it first?
Yeah, if he can't get it, then we'll do it.
Because
I still think it would be more fun if everyone had a shot at. I don't know.
Well, I am a planetary scientist, so
no, I know.
So I think I'm going to go with exoplanets for 100, please, because.
Okay. Ready? Here we go. What is an exoplanet?
What is a planet that is not orbiting our star?
Okay, 1 second.
Oh, Jimmy.
No, hang on a second.
By the way, the internet, the IAU would say not a planet, but that's their policy.
Okay, and the answer is, what is a planet outside of our solar system? Very good.
Interesting. So an exoplanet is out of specifically our solar system. It's not any planet that's outside of any.
Yeah. So the term exoplanet was coined to describe planets that are not orbiting our star, and part of that came from the fact that they stupid International Astronomical Union, a bunch of numbskulls,
damn idiots,
defined a planet as having only orbiting our star. Right?
I see.
The stupid definition that people talk about, that the Pluto challenge, Neil deGrasse Tyson accepted
Shout out to
for
Pluto.
a while.
Pluto
Was all around that the eight planets have to orbit our star. It was dumb. So
gotcha. Everybody pour out a little drink for Pluto.
Yeah.
Pluto, by the way, deGrasse Tyson did say grudgingly that dwarf planets are planets as a type of planet, and so
I agree.
Think exoskeleton, skeleton
Okay.
on it.
All right. So let's go.
I
Let's
gotta
go
pop in
planets
real
for
quick
100, please.
and say goodbye to you guys. I've got some stuff I need to do before
Hey, Kyle?
tomorrow, but yeah,
We had fun. That was awesome. That show, I think, is going to go down one that's going to be talked about for quite some time.
Well done.
Yes.
Well, great, excellent show.
And Landon, we will be seeing you on the show before the end of this month, I'm sure, when we reschedule another.
Yeah, that math thing was fun.
We're gonna do math stuff too. Yeah, actually, we've on just left FYI, we've gone on July 3rd. Dr. Rachel Traylor is going to come back with Landon if he wants to join it. I don't remember asking, but if he's available. But we're going to be doing Galos theory and matrix theory on a very, very basic level. If you're interested,
it depends on time because there's going to be a very major event happening to me on July 3rd. It's a privilege for those that round your age up to 100. Where what you get about every 5 to 10 years is a stick of camera where the sun don't shine, and I will have a camera being placed where the sun don't shine, and so I will be on happy drugs during that time. So it depends upon if the evening you'll hear a very high, Landon. If you're
we have
morning,
to get you for that. We'll change the time around
for that.
This is only going to lead to more questions, but I can tell you that as a person who's had to have several of those, you can ask for a lighter sedative that for the most part will keep you to sleep. And if you wake up, all it feels like is there's some stuff going on.
You don't understand. I'm asking them for the machine that has a second monitor because I want to watch.
I see. Yeah. I'm the opposite. I've had endoscope. And I'm like, they're like, do you want to be like sedated or whatever, waking sedation? I'm like, the fucking strongest shit you got, and I'm telling you, I swear to God, I remember her saying something like, oh yeah, you give him blah, blah, blah. And she said, okay, count backwards. And I'm like 10, 9. Next thing I'm waking up and it's just bright lights and my throat is dry because there was an endoscope. And I was like, yeah, that was awesome. Done.
Well, when they gave me open heart surgery, one of the experiments was that we did while I was going under was I was going to factor the numbers starting at 100, right? And so the anesthesiologist would actually see whether or not I was coherent, right? So I had to take the numbers and actually do the factoring. So when I got down to things like
tell me all the co-prime numbers up to 100. Go.
I would say 50 is 5 squared times 2, blah, blah, blah. And I got down to -5 before I went around on a steam.
There's only 2 co-primary numbers I don't even know. It's 14,
okay, so
15.
let's do
why
for 100, please.
All right, what is it?
Planets for 100, please.
What is the densest planet in our solar system?
That was quick.
What do you say?
What is Earth?
What is Earth? I think you're right. What is Earth?
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, it wouldn't be Mercury if Mercury, if Mercury had more stuff around it, because Earth only gets it because it's got all this mass crushing down on the core. If you let it relax, Mercury would be the densest. But
now, if you had said what is the densest object in our solar system, then I'm pretty sure we can point to George's brain.
Rags wants to know why we're not answering with the form of a question, because this is bullshit Jeopardy, like you said, Rags. We don't give a fuck.
I did say what is Earth?
Is any part of why it isn't Mercury that the things that would be a part of Mercury were overpowered by the gravity of the sun and they collided with that, but being a little further out, we see more?
That's a really good question. The question is Mercury a core of a larger planet, or did the material not form that way? And that's one of the reasons why we're looking for potential asteroids that are inside the next zone, the zone that would have been planet Vulcan had it been existed.
Landon, you're gonna have to up your mic a little bit. You're too far away, or your gain's too low.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm back here. All right. So let's do general space for 100, please.
Who is the first person to observe space systematically?
Who is Galileo? Or Galileo Galilei?
Who is Galileo Galilei?
Ooh, yes.
By the way, I'm playing this along with him on the other side of my other monitor because I want to see the
actually.
Answers,
Just more out of curiosity, what exactly does it mean by systematically?
Well, I mean, there were people that had telescopes. Galileo did not invent the telescope. That also happened to look at the moon and so forth. But Galileo was the first person that we know of that recorded observations through his telescope. Now, there's another guy named Matthew.
Oh, it means with a telescope.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And there's another guy named Matthew that also observed around the same time as Galileo, but his observations were a couple of days later. So, for example, Galileo saw 2 of the 4 moons, and Matthew saw the other 2, and they always been debated as to who did it first. But
all right, next category.
All right, so let's.
This is the educational portion of the.
Stars for 100, please.
What elements is the sun comprised of?
What is mostly hydrogen and helium?
What is mostly hydrogen and helium? Yay!
Well, no, that's not quite true. It says what is, because it also has carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and it has other metals in it, and iron and sort of things.
Beryllium and iron, yeah. But it's mostly hydrogen and helium. Okay.
Details.
Black holes for 100, please.
Oh God, if you fuck up these, Landon. Ready? What object causes a black hole?
What is the result of a supernova?
Yes. Ooh. Not always the case though. You can have. Isn't there 2 neutron stars? I thought that can actually produce one now. They discovered on the gravitational waves.
That is true, but I figured weren't going to go into some of the more esoteric.
Yeah, I'm smart too. Not Landon's smart, but I'm not an idiot. Okay.
I would like to contest what I just heard, Steve.
What?
Okay.
You said you're not an idiot.
Yeah, well, you do know is I'd kick you out at any time, right? No,
I do know that.
Yeah, the other reason why that's not quite correct, and I figured they wouldn't get into it, is that apparently the Big Bang formed some black holes, and also galaxies.
Those are micro black holes, though.
But
and galaxies form mega black.
So it's a very vague question. I agree. Yes.
Landon, is there a dark matter equivalent to a black hole?
That's a really good question. We don't know, because we don't know what's beyond the boundary. We don't know how much of that material is dark matter and normal matter, or
is it matter at all anymore?
Yeah, that's also true. But I suspect. I mean, I am one of those that do not like the concept that there's a point-size singularity. I mean, I know that right. And that was one of the things that Hawking and I didn't necessarily agree on, was whether or not there was a singularity inside the black hole. But he thought that it could be demonstrated there was, and I doubted it. So
he took it as more than just a mathematical construct.
Yes, he said that there's evidence. There's evidence in the equation, or there's information in the equation that suggests that it could be a point size.
So what would box it out?
And I mean, in some ways I agree. I just seriously doubt that that's what physics.
But if it was a dark matter black hole, how would we as an outside observer even be able to recognize whether even the difference would be, if there would even be a fundamental distinction at that point? I mean, dark matter. I mean, do we even know how much dark matter would have to be within a Schwarzschild radius?
Well, I mean, we know the mass.
We do,
right? And so, given the mass, you can then determine, given its density, what the size of the black hole event horizon is. And so, when we talk about the mass, central mass at the center of our galaxy, for example, we don't know how much of that might be dark matter and how much might be normal matter. We never took a survey of stuff going in at the time. So, all right, let's do exoplanets for 200, please.
He's also missing 100 points.
He's gonna kick your ass anyways. You really trying to help him?
Okay. I'm impressed so far, but I mean, we've only gone through the hundreds.
Well, come on, gotta be fair.
Oh, who has said this is fair? Okay, go ahead, Landon. Keep going.
Okay, let's do exoplanets for 200, please.
I like that you play it the way it's supposed to be played.
What for? I don't know why.
You have to say please too. I mean, you got to be polite to them.
I just meant in the order, not jumping right from 100 to 500.
Absolutely.
What force causes stars to wobble? Oh, excuse me. What force causes stars with exoplanets to wobble?
What is the gravitational force?
What is gravity?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what is the tidal force or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a pear shape. I can tell you that right now.
Oh God! Don't even vote.
But everyone thought Victor had shown up.
I mean, we might as well go down the line. Let's planets for 200, please.
What planet is the closest to Earth?
What is Venus?
Hello?
Yeah, Landon. He gets it.
God damn it.
Landon gets to go. Until he gets one wrong, then everybody else gets the answer.
I mean,
well, okay, fine. Let him
go.
The
people talk about Mars being this. Have you seen this meme that goes around email saying that Mars is going to be like 10 times
fucking
as
stupid
big as the
crap?
moon? Yeah, that sort of stuff. Yeah, no, it's always been Venus for a very, very, very long time.
Is Venus in our Goldilocks zone or no?
Well, it would be on the edge if it weren't for the fact that it's got a really nasty atmosphere. So,
yeah, it's completely gaseous, right?
Yeah, and that's been a quick question of whether or not. So let's do a general space for 200, please.
Oh,
what frontier is space?
Oh, come on.
Are they doing Star Trek on this? Is like what
I know
frontier?
Might be, Landon. You're gonna fuck this one up.
What is the final frontier? Is this like a Star Trek thing or something?
Yes. What is the final frontier?
It's the final frontier.
Why is that 200?
How do they know that,
I just
though?
guessed.
How do they know?
God, even when he guesses, he gets
guessed.
it right. God damn.
That question was not objectively verifiable.
Damn right it wasn't.
That's true. I mean, that was a pretty general space.
All right.
Stars for 200, please.
What does the life cycle of a star depend on?
What is its mass and composition?
Oh, you fucking geniuses, man.
Okay,
What
wait.
is this mass? Yes.
I just want to say I kind of wish we were all playing because I would have gotten if I had said it faster than him. I think we would have this would have been competitive so far. I don't know about when we get to 400 and 500, but
go ahead, yell it out if you think you know before Landon.
Now I feel I don't want to change the game midway through, especially as
that's
it
why
gets
Steve
harder.
Landon knows all these.
But
Landon doesn't care.
The thing about the life cycle of the star, I mean, certainly mass is one of the things. The other bit that you should have also said was its environment. Because, for example, if you've got a binary system where one star is feeding material to the other star, then it will change, like the binary pairs where you get a white dwarf and a supermassive star that swells up and its material piles up on the white dwarf to the point where it goes supernova. So I think part of the life cycle of the star depends upon the mass, depends upon the mass distribution in its environment, and it's on its composition. But what is
You're asking for way too much from?
All right,
I was going to say.
Wait, I have a question. I have a follow-up question for Landon though. And I'm just trying to win the award for best questions all night. Is the binary system at present the largest system we know of, or are there systems of 3 or more stars that we've found?
I mean, yes, there are a large number of stars. Now, I guess you'd have to talk about, is a globular cluster a single system?
I've seen a star that's 4 stars in a quaternary system.
Yeah, I mean, most people would say no. I mean, I know of like a 7-star, cluster.
All right, Gam, come on.
Okay, so let's do black holes for 200, please.
Yeah,
we know the order, man.
How does time change near a black hole?
What is time dilation? Time slowdown?
What we're looking
dilation?
for is that a Minkowski light cone tips over such that you have a time-life journey, space-light journey.
What the fuck is that
You reach
answer?
the boundary condition of the Penrose diagram. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah,
that's worded wonky.
That's terrible.
Now,
Yeah, well, if Landon's going to answer, he needs to go balls to the wall because I like black holes. So I would expect him to say something along the lines of a time-like journey from a Minkowski light cone tipping over.
I was actually, I'm a planetary scientist, even though black holes are an important part of planetary formation. But yes, I assume, by the way, they talk about time outside of a black hole rather than inside, because that's also near the edge.
I was going to say, what is in inverse relation to space, but that might not have been real anyway.
Yes, I feel in live chat. I like my black holes. Okay. This is true.
Okay, let's do a exoplanets for 300, please.
What method has successfully detected the most exoplanets?
What is the radial velocity method?
Jesus Christ!
Because that's the thing about the star moving back and forth and that sort of thing. Although the transiting planet is getting pretty close.
That's the flicker, right? They can tell
the one I was
flicker
thinking
of the star.
Yeah, where the planet actually, on the stars where the planet passes in front of the star. And so Kepler threw a bunch of things in there that were... All
right, I know you're not going to get this one,
Jimmy.
Landon.
Let's see. It is to us.
We're talking about planets 300?
Yeah, why is Pluto not considered a planet? You're not going to get this one.
Because the IAU had a really stupid collection of parliamentarians, and had I been at the meeting, I would have said... Madam Chair, I detect a distinct absence of quorum, and I ask for a vote on membership.
What is insufficient mass?
I was going to say, what is not being gravitationally dominant?
I am. You know what? That's really that's close. By the way, thank you, Max. Tell Landon I said hi. Max Inez says hi to you, Landon.
Hi, Max.
No, they say because it cannot clear objects from its path.
But Earth hasn't cleared objects from its path. It has this honking moon by it. And, Jupiter has on its path about, more than 40,000 Trojans in front and about 50,000 Trojans in the back. So it's not a planet. idiots. Anyway, I took 300 points.
Landon, this is Jeopardy, and this is objective facts that you don't argue with it. Thank you, Brandon, for the $2. He says Plutonians are mining their planet.
Okay, let's do general space for 300, please.
What causes the tail on a meteor? This is not right.
What is solar radiation?
Yeah, I mean it's the sun, but I mean a meteor. It should be a comet.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
right?
like, what is melting, sort of.
Whatever.
Well, it is. I mean, it is.
Yeah, a meteor could do. I mean, I get it too. I get the reasoning behind it. But...
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to think. Stars for 300, please.
Yeah, because a comet could be considered a meteor in some regards, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I mean, no. Actually, no. They're distinct. But the thing about comets, what they're talking about is either it's the radiation or the energy from the sun being absorbed and causing it.
The solar wind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Max says there are $5. Max says there are 100 planets. The tail is material falling off the atmosphere, burning up. There's several thousand planets, I thought. Yeah. All right, what stage do the stars spend most of their lives in?
What is the main sequence? Yeah. That's part of the HR diagram. Yeah. That's.
Here's what I'll do. I'll ask the all bonus questions. What is the HR diagram? And I'll give you points if you get it.
It's the transition from, it starts with main sequence, goes to red giant.
What does HR stand for?
Oh, I don't fucking know. I thought you just wanted me to define it.
Wait,
or like tell you what it.
Anybody?
What is it again? One more time.
HR diagram. What does the HR stand for?
Google.
Helio something.
We do have Google that.
The R is for Russell.
Yes. Hertzsprung Russell.
Yeah. Okay.
Would have never.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to ask guys a question.
By the way, the Gaia results now give some really great HR diagram stuff. All right. Let's do black holes for 300, please.
And by the way, Abad got that right in the live chat. Good job. True or false? Light can escape from a black hole.
I guess he has to say what is false.
What is false?
I mean, it's odd. That's an odd Jeopardy question.
I mean,
why is that a 300 though?
I don't know. Now, one could argue that light can escape from maybe the photosphere. That's not inside the black hole.
Again, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking basically, as long as it's not in the event horizon.
Yeah, it says from a black hole. So if it's in the
that's a good point.
It's technically the photosphere. Obviously, the photons are going roundy, but
yeah,
somehow they did that.
And I mean, you might say it might have been better off if they said, what cannot normally escape from beyond the boundary of a black hole.
Yeah.
But I'm one of those people who believes that black holes are portals, and so the light escapes on the other side, guys. And that was a joke. I don't believe that.
Okay.
Thanks, Jimmy, for clarifying your joke.
Yeah, I realized no one.
I'll ask the all people. Can an event horizon have more? Can a black hole have more than one event horizon?
Yes.
There you go. It's a yes or no question, and you guys took 10 minutes to figure it out. Okay, we'll give it to you. Yes.
Okay, let's do exoplanets for 400, please.
Approximately how many exoplanets have been discovered?
Now, the current, I actually looked at this because that's one of the daily things I look at. And the last time because there's an encyclopedia there, and you catch on. The last time I remember it was 3,796.
Yeah, this was 2014. So, yeah, that definitely qualifies. Okay.
Are any of them named anything interesting?
No.
If there's anyone who could correct
here. Oh, name one exoplanet. Name one. Or system.
Bob. His name's Bob.
No, Bob. Come on, really?
Wait, Cersei?
No.
CERCI?
That's not in. That's in our solar system. How about maybe like TRAPPIST-1?
Well, actually, it's going to be B, right? So like Proxima Centauri B.
Okay, but the exoplanets are going to be in the TRAPPIST system, TRAPPIST-1b, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or what's the other one that's really popular? Not the TRAPPIST system, but the other one. I can't remember. All right, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Well, if I'm going to be a dork, SR388 from Metro.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
You did specify it had to be nonfiction.
Now, here you go. Now you might be able to get it. Name the 5 dwarf planets.
What is Ceres, Pluto, Eris? Let's see. Let's put. Make. I like that one. That was one there.
Make. Yeah. Starts with, well, I'm not going to give you a hint.
I mean, we're talking about the official ones.
Yes.
They just said Humia, right? That's yeah.
Mia. Yes. Now, how come Sedna is not considered to be one of the dwarf planets?
It should be, and also the other thing that should be is I mean, Charon also should be a dwarf planet as well. So,
why don't we classify sufficiently large moons as exoplanets?
Well, the geophysical definition that was co-authored by Ellen Stern actually does. So our moon is a planet geophysically, definitely, because geophysical talks about what it is. The IU talked about where it is. So, for example, if an object is orbiting, is in orbit and it gets ejected, let's say through a tidal interaction, according to the IAU, it would cease to become a planet. But according to the geophysical definition, once a planet, always a planet, unless it gets smashed to bits.
Interesting.
Right.
So,
Next.
General space for 400.
What is the hottest planet in our solar system?
I know this.
And thank you, Max, again. He said Max got all of them, by the way. And he said Haumea has a small ring. I didn't know that. Okay, Landon.
What
the
is
hottest
Venus?
planet? Yes. What is Venus? That everybody knew.
Because of its atmosphere, it would be not so bad if it were.
Okay, I will ask all the bonus question. The rain on Venus, what is it comprised of?
Oh shit.
The rain in
I didn't think these are that hard questions.
Hydrofluoric acid.
Close.
Hydrofluoric acid.
No, that's even worse. But that's nasty shit. Landon, what's it comprised of?
Certainly sulfuric acid.
Sulfuric acid, yes.
Oh.
But you don't get no points.
Oh.
So, by the way, hydrofluoric acid is the nastiest shit ever. Don't mess with it.
It's actually
what if you had to get rid of a body
in non-trivial quantities coming out of the Kilauea vent. The one of the problems is that also down at the ocean edge where the lava is going into it, there's actually fluorine in the ocean, and when the lava hits that, it disassociates, and then fluorine goes and makes.
The actual answer we were looking for was chocolate rain.
Wait, you're saying there's naturally occurring hydrofluoric acid? That's terrifying.
Yeah,
Yes. It's down. So when you see those white puffy clouds of the lava going into the ocean, the fluorine in the ocean is being basically unmodded. Nice. And it recombines. You get hydrofluoric acid. That's one of the things that kills you. And even it's one of those things because of hydrofluoric acid, it gets into your system, goes in your bones. I mean, you're essentially just toast.
And there are people like, I'm not leaving my house. That's so stupid.
I did give you a shout out, Frustrated Atheist. I said Frustrated Atheist said it was chocolate rain. Play it back. All right.
So may I do stars for 400, please?
Can somebody give the link to Max? But we're going to be done here in about 10 minutes, and I'm ending this. What stage is the largest known star in?
What is a hypergiant?
Be more specific, sir. What color?
What is it could be a red hypergiant.
Red hypergiant. Very good.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
Whatever.
It's not going to be a blue hypergiant.
All right. What can I ask the live? I'm trying to think what I can ask the live chat on that one. Or not the live chat, but the all. I don't even know what the hell to ask him. What? Yeah, I have no idea. I can ask him something about Wolf Riot stars, but I don't know. All right, let's move on. Black holes. What is the edge of a black hole called? Oh, Jesus.
What is the event horizon?
Oh, God.
What is the event horizon?
What is the event horizon? Okay. Right, I'm going to stop
What is
the points.
I mean, that's pretty easy in there.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Exoplanets for 500.
Exoplanet for 500, please.
Yeah.
Why might a space-based telescope be more useful than Earth-based telescopes in detecting exoplanets?
What does not have to look through the Earth's atmosphere?
I brought up on the wrong thing. I told you I'm playing along because I don't know. I didn't write this one. What is what?
What does not have to look through the Earth's atmosphere?
Yes.
Yep.
It's all that.
These aren't getting harder.
Yeah, that's actually.
No, they're not.
That was really easy.
Name
the dwarf planets was actually for the hardest one there. Oh, so planets for 500, please.
The Hubble telescope is.
What are the three requirements to be a planet?
You have to be dumb enough to believe in the IOU definition. No. Okay, so let's assume, because this sounds like an IOU centrist thing. So they would say it has to clear its orbit around the sun. It has around our star, right? So it can't be around any other star. It's got to be around our star. We got to be really parochial here. Must have enough gravity to become a spheroid. And must have cleared.
There you go. That's the three. You got them. You nailed them.
Whatever that is, and they go and they find some definition, and the Pluto killer person goes and looks at some diagram, and
you totally nailed that one.
As I accepted, yeah. Well, anyway, general space for 500, please.
What galaxy is on course to collide with the Milky Way, and how long till the collision course occurs?
Yeah, these aren't hard.
I know this one.
Well, what is Andromeda, and what is around 3.5 billion years, depending on when you think the collision?
Oh, with rounding.
I'm going to take away all your points, Landon, because I can, and we're going to put you down here. Just because.
When are there ever 2-part questions in Jeopardy 2? When and what are
a star's pressure depends on what? Ooh.
A star's pressure. Oh, what is
pressure?
What is gravity and its size?
Not just what is mass.
Yes,
What's gravity and its radius.
Yeah, and I'll take that. And for the other people won't know this, but for Landon, what is that mechanism called? That is the force of the gravitational force going down, the gamma pressure going up, and the temperature relationship to the surface area of the sun is a mechanism.
What is a lie from NASA?
Come on.
That it has a relationship for all those. What's that?
There's
starts with an H.
Yeah, Hill. That's a Hill sphere.
Helmholtz mechanism.
Okay, Helmholtz. Yeah, right. Sorry, you're right. Sorry.
Okay, next one. What term did Neil deGrasse Tyson coin to describe the effect the approaching a black hole would have on a human?
Oh, I know this
Jimmy.
one.
I got
Jimmy.
Landon might not know
what is spaghettification?
We don't care about your name, Landon.
Jimmy. That was actually not Tyson that did it.
Yeah, it wasn't Tyson, because I actually remember seeing that word in a fucking little, like, when I was like 12, we had these space things, and they were like, then you would get spaghettified.
Okay, so to the outside, or so I'll ask you guys, when could you approach a black hole and not have spaghettification? What type of black hole? Wow, really? You guys don't read about black holes at all?
A super
rotating one?
No, not necessarily rotating. Now, rotating will cause the singularity becoming a toroid shape, and you can theoretically pass through it. Supposedly, a long time ago, they used to think that, but no, if a black hole is large enough.
I just said supermassive black hole.
Oh, did you? Okay, yeah, Jimmy, you got it right. Yes, if it's supermassive, what happens is your gradient, your gravitational gradient, isn't that great. So the gradient from your toes to your head is such that you're not going to be elongated. However, even if you make it past the event horizon, which you wouldn't even notice, you'd be like, cool shit. You die about 3 seconds later before you hit the singularity. So, 0.3 seconds. I don't know what the hell it is.
Did it pass?
You do okay. Shut up.
Does a theoretical black hole exist that would do the opposite of spaghettification, and it would pancakeify your ass?
A white hole.
Actually, if you had a nano black hole, and you essentially did not, have enough time before it evaporated by Hawking radiation,
you would become a pancake. That's awesome.
No. I mean, the black hole would essentially go poof.
Oh.
And the mass would disperse.
Well, poof, and like a really big poof.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I'm hoping that they'll make a micro black hole at CERN so we can observe what it does.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, theoretically, do micro black holes exist even like within our solar system? Is that something that exists pretty commonly, or
it would, according to general relativity, it should actually, and Hawking's interpretation of it by radiation. The smaller the black hole, the faster it evaporates. So these micro black holes would exist in an extraordinarily small amount of time. And you were talking about 10 to the minus 20th second type of stuff.
Is it possible that they are so quick and small that they took away the parts of the brains that flat earthers used to have that could evaluate?
Well, I mean, that might prove God from like some sort of like black hole.
What are you talking about? Are you trying to say I don't got a brain? Are you trying to say I don't got a brain?
Landon just introduced the basis for the next bullshit apologetic. Well, if you look out there, there's obviously an intelligent designer because you have these micro black holes. They're not white holes.
They can't be white holes. I'm not racist.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, how much energy would be released? Just say you had a little, I don't know, that's the size of a proton black hole in your pocket. If that, because of Hawking radiation, it's obviously not going to last very long, and the bigger the surface area, the slower the evaporation rate. So conversely, if it's going to have a small surface area, it's going to have a very high evaporation rate. So small micro black holes tend to evaporate really quickly because of Hawking radiation. So all that energy has to be released. You ever calculated how much of an explosion that would actually be if you had a small black hole in your pocket and it
big bada boom?
Well,
it's a lot of energy.
If you remember the famous debate with Crocoduck and I, where we calculated what would happen if you crushed a man's testicles down to the density where it would form a black hole, and we determined the celestial size of the vent hole horizon size of a testicle having squished to become a black hole, and then we determined the amount of energy that would release. And it's a formidable amount.
It's formidable.
The mass of a testicle equals m squared would devastate
half of California.
Yeah, I don't mean to pry, Landon. I don't mean to pry, but how exactly did the conversation get there?
I think I was something along the lines of he would crush your balls in a debate, and we started discussing about crushing one's balls, and that
fucking physicists, man.
And I think at some point, yes.
This is the intellectual locker room talk that I've been missing my whole life.
So we did it. I thought, Steve, you might have been there with that discussion.
Oh.
I have two questions. One I'll wait. But would a micro black hole or a nano black hole or whatever you called it, would it actually evaporate if it came into contact with mass, or would that cause it to?
It doesn't matter. Evaporation is the fact that on the edge of the black hole, you have a boundary condition where these virtual particles are being created, and when you have two particles being created, one of them actually goes into the black hole, and the other one actually becomes real and just goes off. And that because you actually have mass now leaving, real mass actually leaving the black hole, the black hole evaporates. It shrinks.
Okay. Because what I was trying to ask is if the origin of a black hole is ever when a micro black hole comes into contact with significant mass during its extremely brief time.
The problem I remember when we looked at the testicle black hole was that the size was something on the order of less than a billionth the size of a proton, right? So you'd have to squeeze it down much smaller than a proton, and you didn't have time to be able to fire a photon at it. Yeah. Right? It would evaporate before you even crossed the half the radius of the proton.
That's why they're when they say about even if CERN can get up to the amount of energy required to create a black hole, which it might eventually be at the lower threshold, the lower boundary condition for some kind of primordial black hole, it wouldn't last long enough to even eat. Which means it doesn't.
And then it would probably destroy CERN.
No, not that small actually. The micro black hole, the nano black holes, it's a lot of energy, but it's not enough to damage.
I mean, consider they're forming it from the like the proton antiprotons in track. And the amount of energy that those things are is relative.
It's measurable, but it's not going to blow up CERN.
So are you saying? Go ahead.
It's more along the lines of you're talking about massive millions of protons, which is what. You wouldn't be able to hear it. It would be a little, little puff.
In talking about testicle black holes, are you saying it would be a sick burn next time to be like, yeah, well, your balls are so small, they're approaching the Bekenstein bound?
Oh my God.
Maybe?
That is perfect.
I think you just killed it.
I'm retiring from comedy.
Nerd smack.
Congratulations, Mr. Atheist. You officially win 1 internet.
Hey, you know what? Yeah. Even though Landon did much better in Jeopardy than the rest of us, I'm officially giving this win to Mr. Atheist tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, you're mad.
And with that, I have to call this a close because I got things I got to do. So, anyways, thanks for watching this with the Non-Sequitur Aftershow. KingCrocoduck and George, even though neither one can show up. YEC Jeopardy Creation Night. We're going to be playing more. I think we're going to do it about once a week, and I still got to do another hangout to read my roommate's letter and play a voicemail. But I got to do that with Dave because he has the file. But anyways, if you have not subscribed to Mr. Atheist channel, go over and do it.
Answers.
Very high production quality, not much content, but no.
Evolution is a fact.
Great stuff.
Cosmology is real. Get over it.
Yeah. So go check him out. And Cyrus, you got to promote your channel real quick?
I just randomly appeared here, so
he doesn't even know where the fuck he's at, people. he just messaged me, hey, my name's Cyrus. Can I get a link? Oh,
I just came to watch the freaking Pornhub video of scientist destroys 5 atheists live on camera.
Can I suggest a way to end the show out?
Sure.
Could we one at a time go down the line and look into the camera and say Steven Anderson is not a secret homosexual?
Yes, do that. You know what, Hiller, I'm going to start with. I'll be the last one. Hiller, I'm going to start with just the way I on my panel here. Hiller, my friend, by the way, it's good to have you pop in. I know you don't get around much often or this often.
It's good to see you too.
All right, so
sorry, what's the name again? I forget.
Steven Anderson.
Steven Anderson. Okay, not going to turn the camera on, but Steven Anderson is not a secret homosexual.
Landon.
Steven Anderson is not a secret homosexual.
You guys are so good at this. Mr. Atheist.
I just fell in love with Landon. Steven Anderson is not a secret homosexual.
Cyrus.
Steven Anderson is not a secret homosexual.
William.
Steven Anderson, nor any other anti-gay congressman, is not a secret homosexual.
And last but not least, Steven Anderson is not a secret homosexual.
See, when you said
Powell, on the other hand, who the fuck knows?
When you